Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, shapes, and forms, welcome to episode 4 of Animu Wut Do. As always, I am Greg, and I'm joined here by Mira. Say hello. And I was not caught off guard by that this time. So, finally getting used to it, but then you're going to change it up on me. So welcome to another episode of Animu Wut Do. This week, we're getting a little bit more lighthearted, possibly a little more gay, and 1,000% more what the fuck. We are talking about the Magical Boy anime, aka Cute High Earth Defense Club Love. And yes, that is the actual name of the show. That is not a made-up title. That is the actual name of the goddamn show. So,
the English translation of it.
What was that?
The English translation, at least.
English translation, at least. It's like blah 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 blah. I don't know what it is in Japanese. It's a really long fucking name.
Oh, why do you do this to me?
No, don't. No, I'm not telling you to go look it up. You don't need it.
No. I know what it is. I'm just saying, why do you do this to me?
What is it in Japanese?
Binan koku chikyu boebu love.
Love. Cute High Earth Defense Club Love. Anyway. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, so yeah, this show, this is a weird show, but it was a good show. This was a show that we're going to get into the general talk, because this is a weird show to talk about. Because it's weird. Okay, there's some things that are spoilers, and there's some things that aren't spoilers, but everything is completely, like, really weird to talk about if you haven't seen the show.
Weird show to talk about? You mean dramatical murder?
No, that's just gay shit to talk about.
It's weird if you haven't played the game.
Oh, the game. Yeah, you're right. Hey, shout out to Dramatical Murder being banned from being played on Twitch.
And it's now on Crunchyroll, apparently.
Hey, oh, well, I thought it was on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, why?
Oh, yeah. It's like anime for you to check out, Dramatical Murder, and it's like, this came out last summer.
Right.
Yeah, I went to go finish up Haikyuu for the one that we recorded earlier. Or, I mean, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. We're totally not recording.
2 episodes back.
Yeah, 2 episodes back. And then it was like, check out Dramatical Murder. But anyway, that's nothing to do with today's Animu Wut Do. This is Cute High Earth Defense Club Love. So, we always start this show with, like, your pitch to somebody who's never checked the show out. How would you pitch this show to somebody who would want to check it out?
Reverse Magical Girl show on crack.
Yeah, basically. I would be like, do you like Magical Girl shows? Do you like your shows to be a little more gay than usual? Would you like a show where instead of magical girls, it's magical boys? Check out Cute High Earth Defense Club Love. That seriously is how I would pitch it to somebody. But
and this, everyone, is why I'm not a brand manager.
Well, I mean, do you like your shows gay? Do you like your shows magical? Do you like pretty Bishonen boys? Check out Cute Eye Earth Defense Club Love.
Do you like your shows magically gay?
Magically gay. Yeah, magical homos. It really is, though.
Well, there is a love stick involved.
Dude, love to attack.
Ray-chan, you want to ride my
God damn it. And in comes the reference to Ray Gisa. We should just call this the Cute Eye Earth Defense Club Love / Ray Gisa Animu Wut Do episode, because there's just going to be references to that. Anyway, no, I think, yeah, reverse magical girl show on crack is the best way to pitch the show. I honestly would also throw in there, give it 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, like, okay, I loved it from episode 1.
To do that.
I loved it from episode 1. May thought it was pretty funny. You weren't on board on episode 1. You were like, this is weird. And then it's like, you got to the 3rd episode, you're like, okay, I'm on board with this.
To preface this, though, I mean, you and May watched more Magical Girl series than I ever have, and I'm just like, I'm not really okay with this genre.
Right.
And so I'm just like, I don't really think it's too funny, whatnot, and everybody else was kind of like commenting on how they're similar, and I'm just like, I have no idea. I thought it was kind of funny, but not funny.
It was like, it wasn't funny, it was
basically.
It was like, okay. No, I get it.
And then by episode 2, I was just kind of like, and then episode 3 was me rolling on the floor.
In episode 3, you're like, okay, no, I'm cool with this. I'm totally on board. But no, it was something we talked about it on the Snazzycast a while back. I was like, when episode 1 came out, I'm like, I am 100% on board with this show, but I also understand the people that aren't on board with this show yet.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows that it was, you could definitely tell they were kind of trying to figure out where the show wanted to fall into, where it wanted to cater. Cause like,
yeah, their target audience.
Because I feel like they started the show with their target audience being people who are familiar with magical girl shows, but then it completely got skewed to the yaoi fangirls.
I'm not complaining about it at all.
No, I'm not complaining, but I'm saying I think they found out that a different group of people were wanting to check out the show, and they finally fell into that group of people.
No, I'm just putting my foot down and be like, I'm not complaining.
No, it's all good. But that being said, like, it's a show that, like, if you like magical girl shows, you're going to catch on to a lot of stabs at magical girl shows, which is really fucking funny.
Like the opening scene in episode 1 where they have a conversation about food for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Right, yeah.
In a bathhouse.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute conversation. And then it's like, it's so, like, what the fuck? And then all the monsters that you start showing up, and even the main characters are like, is this really fucking happening? Like, why is this happening right now? It's like they're breaking the fourth wall, calling out how ridiculous the magical girl shows are.
Yeah, they're breaking the fourth wall everywhere in this episode.
They really are. Oh, yeah. The first, like, 2 or 3 episodes, they definitely do it. And then it's like, they don't overdo it, though, and I love it. I really, really kind of love it.
No, there's just subtle moments. It's almost like an episode of The Office sometimes.
Yeah,
it's like they literally look at the camera and they're just like, they're looking at the camera and just
and that ties into the end of the show.
Exactly.
Which we'll get into in the spoiler section.
I didn't realize I made that as a connection.
Yeah.
I'm crying now.
Next you're gonna tell me fucking EO moved on to actually be the Japanese guy who
helped
Steve
promote
Dunder Mifflin in Japan.
Is he Steve Carell?
It's He's the Steve Carell of Cute High Earth Defense Club Love.
That's what she said.
Whoa, shit. Oh shit, it's happening. Oh fucking shit, it's happening.
Cue the Office music.
But no, it's a fun show. It really is. And like, my pitch would be like, if you've seen magical girl shows and you want to kind of see a play on the magical girl genre, check the show out. Asterisk, give it 3 episodes. Because I think it really...
Parentheses, warning, keep an open mind.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, my only expectation for the show, was like, if this show is crazy and ridiculous as hell, I will be happy, and I got that. Like, don't come in expecting grade A story. Don't come in expecting Death Parade style storytelling. Come into it expecting, I don't know, like, no, that would be a disservice to Free, because Free had some good storytelling. Come into it with, like, dramatical murder-esque style writing, which I will admit, some points can be silly. Some points. More of, like, common root stuff can be silly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is silly, but it's great, though. It's a funny show, and it falls into its own. And it's really cool. But I also will admit, not everyone will like this show. So also know that if you don't like this show, it's completely okay, and I completely understand. Because it's definitely not a show for everyone. So that would be kind of like my pitch to it. I think we kind of hit some of the main general things. There's general archetypes for each of the characters. You have your Shota, who's kind of really creepy. He's really kind of creepy. You have your Glasses character.
Which is your favorite?
Yeah, I love him. He's great. But I'm torn, though. I love him, and I love Ryu as well.
Ryu, the flamboyant ladies man.
Yeah. He was the quote-unquote ladies man that people assume otherwise, but I think would try to get with ladies.
I think it's more than assumed. Everyone ships him with EO, so I have no problems with this.
No, I get you. I totally get you. But at the same time, I love the fact that he's like Nah, dude. Like, I can totally woo the ladies, but you know he's got no game.
It's like me playing Killer is Dead.
Hey, can't seduce any of the women.
I know.
Hey, it's all good. What even is seduction? Hey, girl, how you do the thing you do? I'ma just leave.
10 things.
10 things! That's an inside joke. Nobody's gonna understand. 10 things.
But no, like, going back to the character trope, speaking of Io, Io is like the financial, money is everything, money is love, money is life.
Money is love, money is life, basically. And then you got, what's his name? The dude that just doesn't give a fuck. En-chan, who just doesn't give a fuck. He is
he's literally the character that's just like, I don't want to do this today. Why are we doing this?
Every episode, he's like that. Every episode where it's like, no, battle lovers, go. He's all, do we really have to do this today?
I just want to go home.
Break.
Let's go home.
All right. Oh, okay.
There's just like a brief pause. Technical difficulty.
But no, he really is like, yeah, why don't we just like not do this today? He's the one that breaks the fourth wall the most. He calls out the silliness in the show the most, and I fucking love it.
He is literally the voice of the audience.
He really is. He is the character that is the audience. He's all, is this really happening? Do we really have to do this? Why are we doing this? What even is the thing that we does, that does? He's, yeah.
Do these give us extra powers? Oh, no, I guess not.
Yeah, no, whatever. Fuck it. Do these give us extra power? Fuck it, I don't care. No, but it's a fun show, and there's those characters, and then there's the Conquest Club, which is...
AKA Student Council.
The Student Council, which is... They're the antagonists of the show, which is not a spoiler, because that's in the trailers.
Yeah.
As their mortal enemies, quote. But why he hates... Why the Conquest Club hates the Earth Defense Club love. The Earth Defense Club is fucking great, and it's a weird reason, but strangely like, oh, that's sad.
And that's strictly for spoilers.
Do you want that to segue into spoilers?
Well, I mean, just that particular piece of information is strictly for spoilers.
It's strictly for spoilers, but I think we've covered enough general information to jump right on into the spoiler section of this show, because it's another show. It's hard to talk about. Well, okay, you could talk about it's a weird, crazy show, but specific weird, crazy moments are for spoilers. So why don't we just jump right on into the spoiler section, ladies and gentlemen? Spoilers are abound. If you do not want any spoilers for the show because you want to either check it out or you maybe haven't finished the show, first of all, go finish the show and then watch this. But no. No, just wait for the spoilers abound sign to disappear, and then all that fun stuff. I will say the question for this week is going to be in the spoiler section because it's about the end of the show.
Oh, okay.
I might do another one for the non-spoiler people, but all that fun stuff. But okay, so
we'll think of one for the
we'll think of another one. But okay, so because my question has everything to do, because the spoiler abound thing's already up, has everything to do with finding out about the reality show at the end. It has everything to do with that, but
yeah.
It's so great. So Mira here, I'm gonna let her kind of take control of this. She has a list of everything that happens in each of the episodes. So I want you to go down the list from episodes 1 to 12 and kind of give me your notes as to refresh my memories what happened, because it's been a while since I've seen it. All I remember, I will tell you this before we get started. All I remember is episode 1 revolves around food. There's an episode with a watermelon that has a trivia game.
Yeah.
And then there's the ending episode where you find out that this was all a reality show.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing you're in for.
Right, yeah, seriously. Oh, and Germany from Hitalia voices the fucking...
Lord Zundar, the porcupine.
Jesus Christ. Lord Zundar, that's what it was. It was awesome. Alright, so go ahead and
Zundar.
go down the line and go through each of the episodes.
Episode 1 is basically just your introduction to the show. The main characters get their powers from this wombat that, popped up from a different planet.
Can we also bring up the fact it's a goddamn motherfucking wombat?
And it's a pink wombat with, like, a heart on him.
They couldn't be telegraphing it more.
And he basically says he's been looking for, the princes of love, basically, to help save the Earth.
Because there's apparently this whole line of, like, heirs to the throne of love.
Yeah.
And they're it, and everyone...
And the characters are even questioning what it is.
Like, what even is this?
Ryu even made a line, it's like, is it a romantic thing? I hope it's a romantic thing. And Io's just like, no, it's not.
No, it really is. It's so silly.
But yeah, like, they get their powers, and then they realize there's a monster on the loose, which turns out to be something called a Chikuwabu.
Oh, that's right. It was the Chikuwabu.
Yeah, and for anyone that doesn't know what Chikuwabu is, Wikipedia's definition of this
what was Wikipedia?
Is a wheat-based Japanese food item that is frequently eaten as an ingredient in oden.
Udon.
No, similar to the process to make udon.
Oh. Well,
you put it in a bowl of oden. It's like a soup, I think.
Yeah, it's just kind of like soup.
Yeah, so basically, like, that's the monster they fight. And it turns out that each of these monsters is basically, like, a student or someone that goes to their school.
Who has some sort of contempt for something, basically. Because, like, the Conquest Club is trying to take over the world. Big surprise.
Yeah, basically eradicate love and take over the world.
Yeah, they want to take over the world with, like, an iron fist and be like, there's no love here. And
that's why Germany is on their team.
That is why Germany is on their team. Yeah, totally. That's why Germany, Levi, and Itoki from Uda no Prince Summer are all on that team.
Exactly.
Which is fucking amazing. Is it Noise's voice actor from Dramatical Murder in this show as well?
I'm going to look right now.
I swear to God, we had a whole epiphany that he was in Cute High.
Oh yeah, because wasn't he like also the voice for Tomoya in Nozaki-kun?
No, that's what it was. It wasn't this show. He was the voice of Tomoda in Nozaki-kun. That's what it was. I'm confusing shows. Anyway, all right. So that was episode 1. So episode 2.
Episode 2 was all about a chopstick creature. Basically, like there's this student
the cheap dollar chopsticks.
That hates things that are not symmetrical or even or anything, and like he starts trying to break off his chopsticks, and they keep breaking unevenly, so he gets pissed.
It becomes a chopstick monster.
And the chopsticks all form around him to create, like, some sort of
I
monster.
am going to turn this world into cheap dollar chopsticks.
There needs to be symmetry in the world.
Yeah,
therefore,
seriously.
I will become a chopstick monster.
It's fucking amazing. It's so fucking good. See, this is why I love weird shit in my shows, which is why I love shows like Space Dandy.
Oh, God.
Which we'll do an Animu
I
Wut
still
Do
need to finish season 2.
Yeah, you do. That's it. It reminds me of the silliness of Space Dandy, and it's fucking great. So, there's Chopstick Monster, and then episode 3.
Episode 3 was the Pretty Boy contest.
Oh, shit. The fucking ballerina, dude.
Which, the funny part is, like, the creature, the monster, quote-unquote, that they have to face in this episode is a parody of, like, a pop culture reference for Black Swan.
Yeah, it really was. It was like Black Swan.
Like, even Atsushi... Even Atsushi, the glasses character, is like, I have to applaud him for his, reference here, basically, because he understood what it was.
Yeah, really. It's like he knows the movie.
And he's just like, oh my god. And basically, like, how he became a creature was he was hosting basically a beauty pageant for this all-boys school.
Which is amazing that they all go to an all-boys school, because all magical girl shows are, like, all-girl schools.
Yeah, and the fact that Ryu's being able to, like, pick up these women and everything, where's he picking them up from? Yes. You're at an all-boys school. Where are these girls?
They're at other schools.
Oh. But no, like, the beauty club thing, or the beauty pageant thing is basically, like, this guy is hosting more or less a beauty pageant, and he was telling people, come into the gym for the judging and everything.
Come into the gym in 20 minutes if you want an ass kicking.
Basically.
In beauty.
But no one shows up, and he gets devastated.
Yeah, it's sad.
And then Conquest Club sees him, gives him a Zundar needle to, the back, face, arm, wherever they stuck him with the needle, and he became Black Swan personified.
Yeah, the Dark Swan persona.
Basically.
What you don't know is this is actually a clever marketing campaign for Persona 5.
Or Persona 4 version 2.
God damn it.
0.73.
Yeah, seriously.
We need decimal points at this time.
Yeah, it's Persona 4 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, God.
Right.
It's Persona 4 redo.
Seriously. It was a clever marketing plan. But okay, and then episode 5.
4.
What?
No, episode 4.
Episode 4. Excuse me.
Episode 4 revolves around this student that they call him the guy with the face of a 50-year-old.
Oh, I felt so bad for him.
And this is also the episode where they become little kids.
Yeah, he's like, I want everything to be young. I'm like, oh no.
Suddenly the Earth Defense Club is in the club room. They're getting into a tickling fight with each other, and suddenly they're little kids.
Yeah. I forgot about the tickle fight. I just remember them turning into little kids, and their clothes barely fit.
Yeah, and then when they transform, like, their clothes are so baggy and, like, falling off of them.
Yeah, and it felt so bad for them, and then they become infants.
Yeah, they get to be toddlers, and they're just like, what is going on? And here comes the Shota character, like, running around naked, not really caring.
Yeah, seriously. I want the world to be young!
And basically, that creature's character was all, like, he made himself look like a young anime character, basically. It's like cosplay.
A pretty young Bishonen.
It's cosplay of the episode.
It really is. Old guy looks like a pretty Bishonen. There you go.
And then at the end of the episode, he gets a date with a girl that likes older men, apparently.
Yeah! I remember, because at the end of that episode, I was like, yeah, fucking get it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So episode 5.
Episode 5 was introduction to the newspaper club, is what I'm calling them.
Oh,
the Press
assholes.
Society.
Who they were in on the whole twist the whole time.
Exactly, that'll be fun.
Which made that twist all the more amazing.
And this was basically like them like trying to get as much information about the Conquest Club, or not Conquest Club, the Earth Defense Club as possible.
See, because my thinking was, I thought that they were in on trying to get with the or give information to the Conquest Club. That's what I thought.
Which probably was something they were doing on the side, but like it's presented itself as like getting pictures of the Earth Defense Club because no one knows about what this club does.
No, the members of the Earth Defense Club don't even know what it is that they do.
Hello, like look at the sign on their door. It has LOL in parentheses.
It's like Earth Defense Club, lol. It's like, we don't know what we're doing.
We're just like, it's a joke.
That is one of my favorite moments. You see that sign every episode. It's just lol.
Yeah, and this was also the episode where the like teacher almost drowns in the bathtub or in the bathhouse.
Well, drowns because he's already dead.
So, well, presumed dead until otherwise proven.
Well, I mean, the wombat's trying to fucking.
Yeah, the wombat's trying to keep it
use
from
his
like
magic
decaying.
in order to keep him alive.
Yeah. And then
He keeps getting worse.
He's like molding. He's rotting. It's just like
one episode he's growing mushrooms on him, or it was the mold.
Yes.
It was.
He was growing mushrooms and mold.
It was great.
It was.
That's right, because that was the introduction to them, and I forgot what the monster was on that episode.
There wasn't really a monster per se that I could find.
Right, yeah. I think it was...
They just had to, like, basically be really secretive when they transformed. They were, like, giving this whole thing of, oh, no, I can't hear a heartbeat. You guys need to stay here and try and call for an ambulance and whatever. And then they go outside.
They run off and then transform.
And then they fight, and then they defeat said monster. They come back, and it's like nothing ever happened.
It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
And then the teacher is miraculously okay again.
Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, that was that episode. And then we like see their fish in the fishbowl.
Ah, the weird little ugly fish.
He's like a really weird version of a goldfish.
Yeah, and he's
like,
important to the end of the show.
Like,
you don't.
It reminds me of like Goldeen from Pokemon.
Right, seriously. And then episode 6.
Yeah, episode 6 was basically what I'm calling the screw monster because it was all about like shooting screws at people and like in the shape of a screw.
Oh.
And this is the episode where like EO is offered the position as the treasurer for student council.
That's right, but he like declines. He's like, it doesn't. I'm not going to make that much money.
Well, then because the whole point of this episode was basically like the defense club members needed to get their grades up, otherwise the club was going to get disbanded.
Right. Okay.
So then student council moves in, offers EO the position. At first, he's like, nah, whatever. And then they offer him later on with money And he says, okay, I'll take it, because Io is like, money is love, money is life.
And I love how like the way he breaks into the defense club that he's leaving. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm leaving. They gave me money.
Yeah, basically.
But at the end of the episode, he's all, by the way, I'm not leaving. Okay.
That episode was so full of ship tease, like in the second half with Io and Ryu.
Yeah, there you go. That was the episode where I was like, they know the audience they're catering to, and they're just eating that shit up. It's like, you thought KyoAni was bad in their ship teases in Free. This is like, hey, guess what? These two should be together. Lol, they're not.
Oh, the ship tease gets better in the next episode.
Oh, the next episode is the fighting one.
It's the obligatory beach episode.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Is what I'm calling that.
That's right, the obligatory beach episode.
Ship tease all around, and there's an incident involving a toothbrush.
Oh, yeah, there's like, who used the toothbrush?
Io's like, toothbrush gets used, and he doesn't know who it is, and he's trying to find out.
Yeah, seriously.
And, like, student council is staying in a hotel across.
They're staying on their private hotel on their private beach that they can't get into unless they're
Which happens to be right across from where the Earth Defense Club is staying.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful.
And then they go off into the woods because Yamoto, the Shota character for the Earth Defense Club, is all like, let's have a test of bravery, go through the woods at night. And there's a lot of ship teasing in there, too, because of who the pairings are that go off in the woods.
Right, yeah.
It's like Io and Ryu walk together, and they're, like, clinging to each other. Atsushi and Enchan walk with each other, and they're clinging to each other.
Yeah, seriously. It was
Yamoto
great.
walks with Wombat.
Yeah. Well, yeah, seriously, though. I mean...
And then, like, the student council is walking around at the same time, and they all meet each other by falling into, like, a pit of sorts.
Yeah, that was weird.
They go
For
their
that
separate
show,
ways.
that was weird.
They go their separate ways. They think there's a monster in the woods, but it turns out to be the teacher because he's been, like, tripping over everything, getting caught in traps.
Yeah.
So they zapped him with their powers, and Wombat was all concerned that he might actually be dead.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
And then they just go back to where they were staying, like nothing ever happened.
It's like they don't. There's like, yeah, that happened. We know it didn't happen.
Yamoto's just like, I'm tired. Let's go.
They just like, yeah, fuck it. Let's go. We're done. So
basically.
And then now we're on to, what episode number are we on now?
We're on 8 now.
Episode 8.
Episode 8 kind of starts off with this character, Neat. Like Neat, N-E-E-T, not N-E-A-T.
Right.
He stays in his room all the time. He's like dropped out from school because he doesn't...
Oh, the otaku guy.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Enchan basically like goes into a convenience store one morning, walks out, and he gets really upset over everything Atsushi does.
That's the fighting episode.
And that's they're fighting for no reason, and Atsushi's just like, what is happening to you?
It's Lovers Quarrel, the episode.
It really is.
Yep.
And then you find out like the creature, he's like in the shape of this like futon.
Yeah, there you go.
And then they find out that this is going on around the rest of the school because there are other students that are starting to get affected by it too. And then they figure out it's coming from this convenience store.
Yeah.
Which basically they destroy the upper floor too.
Yeah, they just destroy the whole convenience store.
It's like no one questions it either. It's like, oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then episode 9.
Episode 9 was the introduction to the melon.
Oh, the melon dude.
Basically, this creature, the student, was one of those people that were just kind of like overly self-conscious.
Yeah.
He sort of cared what people thought, but then he didn't care, but then he probably should care because they're thinking about him, and who knows what they're thinking about him. That's right. Character. And so he issues the Defense Club a trivia challenge, which is basically like trivia about melons.
Like, I love that one
because it's like online.
They really are. There's like, how do you know all this trivia? You're really smart. Nah, we looked it up on our phones. Yeah,
they pulled out Ryu's phone and they're just looking up the answers, and Yumoto's just impressed with everything.
He really is.
And so basically, like, the melon's all like, meet me on the top of this mountain, and, there's going to be a
Meet me on this mountain in 20 minutes if you want an ass kicking, is basically what it was.
And then you find out, like, he set booby traps everywhere to try and, thwart them, and they pass through like it's nothing.
Booby traps! Air quotes! They called out the booby traps in every time they turned around, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Which leads us to episode 10.
Episode 10 was my favorite. It's the one with the baseball.
Oh, yeah! Nagisa Hazuki is basically a Shota that gets out-Shoted by the Shota.
Nagisa / Izumi / whatever character he was in Utapri.
He's a Shota that gets out-Shoted.
He basically
He's jealous and has to become King Shota.
Yeah, basically, Megawa is the baseball manager's name. He's the like typical Shota cutesy. He does, everything.
He's our Shota. We love him.
He's adorable and everything. And then that one day, Yumoto gets sick. So Megawa basically thinks he needs to go home. Yumoto basically the next day shows up wearing glasses. His character is doing a complete 180. He's like responsible, polite, does all the cleaning and everything.
Yeah.
Everybody's starting to get jealous and wanting him for their manager, for their club and everything. Megawa gets really upset and he gets turned into like this baseball bat with legs.
And he hits baseballs at the defense club.
And his whole thing was like he's yelling at them going, I shouldn't even have to fight. I'm not the type that wants to fight. And he's having this whole imagination of like the baseball team going over to him when he gets hurt. And it's like, are you okay?
So good.
But no, that was my favorite.
That was my second favorite episode to the last episode. When we get to the last episode, I want to drop...
because it's Nagisa's voice actor, and I'm just
which made it even better, which made it even funnier. And then, oh god damn, that was so funny, which leads us to episode 11.
Well, episode 11 was more or less like the setup for the last episode, so you get this idea that it's going to be a two-parter sort of thing, which it was.
Yeah, naturally.
It starts off, everybody is getting ready for school festival and everything. The defense club has decided to open a restaurant, and I think the food of choice was like curry.
Yeah, and the conquest club leader fucking hates curry.
Yeah, and they discovered in the last episode that there's like a door that is in their room, and they basically have no idea where this door even goes to. Student council finds a door in their room and was like, they don't know where it goes either. One day those doors get opened, and it turns out they were connecting the two club rooms.
Which is fucking amazing.
So Atsushi and Kinshiro, which is the leader of the student council,
right,
open their doors and realize who's on the other side of said doors. And these two used to be friends, but now they're rivals.
They're rivals because the conquest club leader was jealous because he didn't get to go to
Kinshiro, but they're rivals according to Kinshiro, but not according to Atsushi.
Right.
Atsushi's just like, but we were friends, and Kinshiro's like, shut up.
Shut up, you hurt my feelings because you went with Inchon to get curry, and I hate curry now because you didn't have it with me.
Basically.
It's basically if May was a villain, that would be her motive.
Well, considering that's
Levi's me and I fucking hate you.
Considering that's Levi's Seiyu, I guess it works out.
Which is better.
We need to have Matthew Mercer voice him.
Please. Have Matthew Mercer voice him if it's dubbed, and have Patrick Seiss voice as Zundar.
But yeah, like at the end of this episode, you realize that like Kinshiro suddenly has powers too, which is quote unquote eyeliner.
Oh yeah.
And they're gonna fight outside the school on top of the building. And Yumoto's brother is starting to come out there too.
Which then leads to episode 12. Now, the best part about episode 12 is you realize that this whole series was a ruse by Zundar and the Koi Fish to create an intergalactic reality show to end all reality shows.
Exactly.
Which is why the Office reference is fucking hilarious. It's so good. When that spoilerish dropped, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then it was followed up by, this show would let that be the plot twist. And
but yeah, like
a fucking robot, and they got in the fucking robot. Take note, Shinji. So they
which is called porcupine fish because it's porcupine with fish.
And then the defense club and the conquest club join forces.
Well, before that, Yumoto's brother has come down, and they've more or less taken control of Yumoto's brother.
That's right.
to start fighting against them. And then it turns out he was involved at one point in time with the show.
He was?
Yeah. And then they got the Earth Defense Club together because Yumoto's brother basically just stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And so then this whole battle scene, like, they snap Yumoto's brother out of it, and then this is where the whole porcupine fish comes in.
Yeah.
And then student council, they basically, like, Atsushi and Kinshiro basically, like, reconcile, they're friends again, blah, blah, blah. They join up, and they have these alternate
super battle
forms.
lovers.
We need to get more better.
That's right. That's what it was. It was a redundant thing. We need to get more better.
More battle lovers.
Oh, the more better battle lovers.
Yeah, and then they basically, like, they defeat, quote, porcupine fish.
Yeah.
And basically they go back to, or the fish basically is sent back to his planet, and with the return, or with the promise that they will never make a TV show like this again.
Yeah, they never will.
And then Wombat, I think, we found out, like, stayed on Earth with the boys.
Because he loves humans. It was established early in the show. He loved humanity, and he was infatuated, and he loves it, which is why he created which is why he's a part of the Earth Defense Club.
Yeah.
Earth Defense Club. Love.
And then it said there was important news after the break. That important news was being the teacher was brought back to life thanks to the life brought to Earth by one of Wombat's people. Thank goodness.
Thank Christ.
That's literally the text.
Yeah, thank goodness.
And then that was how it ended.
And then everybody's now all friends in the end.
Exactly.
There's nothing else you can say spoiler-wise, which aside from the fact that it's fucking ridiculous, and it gave me my dose of fucking ridiculous, which I'm thankful for. So that leads me to my question. Would you watch that reality show?
I totally would.
I absolutely would. I hate reality shows, but I absolutely would watch that.
On top of that, I mean, like, you'd also be able to watch, like, Yumoto's brother, because you don't really know much about him other than he chops wood and he, like, runs the bathhouse.
Yeah. He chops wood in a bathhouse that's all electronically powered and doesn't need wood.
Yeah.
But he chops wood. He's good at handling his wood. Let that sink in for a moment.
Well, I mean, they are in a bathhouse.
Well, I mean, with all the gay shit that happens. Which it's funny because people will sit there and say, well, I mean, it's obviously just implied, gay stuff. Why is it in there? And the funny part is magical girl shows are infamous for their Yuri ships. Which makes it even funnier.
Cough, cough. Madoka. Cough, cough.
Cough, cough. Sailor Moon. Cough, cough. We're cousins. Yeah, you are.
Over here you are.
In America.
On this side of the ocean.
On this side of the ocean. On the other side of the ocean, you're totally gay for each other.
And meanwhile, in between the ocean, you are free.
I
had to fish hard for that one. Fail.
So I would absolutely watch the show. And so there's nothing else we can talk about spoiler-wise. So welcome back to all the people who missed the spoiler section. Watch the fucking show. Because the spoilers in the show are fucking ridiculous. So I guess the question I would have for the people who are not spoilers is, if you had the chance to be a battle lover, would you? Absolutely is the answer to this question. I love love? Absolutely.
Honestly, though, I would rather be on student council.
I don't know.
They have a porcupine, man.
I would just want to be in this series.
They have a porcupine, man.
Yo, bro, you have a porcupine who's Germany from Italia.
Or no, better yet, I'll just be Magawa.
Megawa! Yeah, you're right.
I'll be the baseball manager.
Be the baseball manager because you're a Shota and you love baseball, which is perfect. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
And I am apparently a Shota in my group anyway, so...
Hey, well, I mean, you are short. Well, you're not wrong.
I'm 2 inches shorter than Levi. I'm 2 inches shorter than Levi, if that helps.
Hey, yeah, you're right. But you could probably still kick his ass. No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you ain't. Yeah.
I value breathing too much.
Right. Yeah, I value breathing. So, anyway, is there anything else that we can say? Okay, we're gonna kind of go back. There is something else we can say. We are gonna go back because it's something that I want to say about this show. Is that it's so over the top. But I feel like if people watch it expecting it to be crazy over the top, they'll love it.
Yeah.
So, and that leads me to the closing thought is, would you recommend this show to anybody?
I would basically say keep an open mind, try 3 episodes. If you don't like it, that's okay, but if you do like it, there you go.
It gets even better.
And what's even better is, like, I've had some friends that I never would have expected to watch this show. They watched this show, and not only did they watch it, but they loved it to pieces.
Awesome.
These are people that I would never expect to like this show.
And they loved it.
Loved it.
Which is awesome, and I love it.
Which says something.
Yeah, you're right. So, I don't think there's anything else I can say. So, I'm going to wrap this up. So, if you don't mind, is there anything else that you want to add at all?
No, I think I'm good.
I'm good too. So, thank you guys for watching the 4th episode of Animu Wut Do. I'm so glad that if you guys have been watching all the episodes, thank you. It actually means a lot. If there's any, I haven't said this in the last episode, but if you have any suggestions for shows that you want us to cover, please let us know, and we'll definitely consider it for Animu Wut Do. The next episode, we're going to change things up next episode. The next episode is going to be a top 5 list. And I'm going to coin it right here. The episode is actually going to be an addendum to an episode of the discussion thread that we did. It's going to be my redone list, but it's going to also be Mira's list. It's going to be Feelsy, the top 10 saddest moments. Our personal top 10 saddest moments in anime. So it's going to be like a top 10 kind of, it's going to be very different. We're going to be talking about anime. We're going to be talking about Animu Wut Do, but it's going to be a top 10 list. So look forward to that and kind of prepare your guys' personal list and prepare for feels and and next week's episode, I will say right now, is going to be spoiler ridden.
Yeah, bring tissues, chocolate, any sort of therapy items you might have, because you're probably going to need it after the episode.
And if you're going to, don't worry, we're all going to cry together, and then we're going to...
Oh, yeah.
We're all going to cry together, so...
You know what my top one is already, and it's going to... Oh, my God.
Let's go home.
Oh, no, but that's on there.
Mm-hmm. Let's Go Home is on there, but I know what your top one is. It's about television and air. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Animu Wut Do. We'll see you guys next time for feels. See you guys next time. I don't even know. I can't end this perfectly. I don't know how to end this episode, so...
Bomb.
Mob.
Bomb.
See you guys next time.